Hello, welcome to today's video. Today I am reviewing books I've read in 2024 and one book I am currently reading as of right now. And I'm going to be telling you if I recommend them or if I don't. And then I'm going to tell you what it's kind of about if I remember correctly, because some of these I haven't read since the beginning of the year. So far this year, I think I read about 10 to 11 books because I'm in school and I honestly I get so tired. I do sports and stuff where I just don't want to read, but I do love it, and it's nothing. Yeah, I'm just gonna get started. First, I have The Love Hypothesis. This is not in order, by the way, but I really loved this book. There was some parts where it was hard to get into, but it was still a great book, and I have the whole series, but I would definitely read this one again for the first time. And this one was definitely amazing, and I do recommend reading this book. It's about, at the beginning, or no, hold on, I gotta remember. It's about a student and a teacher fake dating for a little bit. They eventually have to do stuff together, and it's this whole thing, and I think you guys are gonna really like this book. Done and dusted. I am actually currently reading Swift and Saddled right now because I have Lost and Lassoed as well, but this book was so good. Actually, it kept me hooked the whole time and I didn't want to put it down. I do recommend it if you are in country romance. I wasn't. It was a little hard for me to get into, but once I did really like it. It's about Clementine Ryder and Luke Brooks hate each other. Luke is Clementine's older brother's best friend, and they get together behind his back, and he eventually finds out and it's a whole thing. Next, I have Playing Hard to Get. I read this book in 9 hours. It's amazing. I do recommend this book. It is so good. It kept me hooked. It kept me excited. It was just this whole thing. I actually got this book without reading the back. I was really trusting the cover. So it was just such a great book, and I really hope that you get this one. I recommend it. This one is about a girl who loves to read, a football player who is dyslexic, and they kind of go off and on for a little while because she has to tutor him because that's what he signed up for. And he was hoping it was her because they met at a bookstore, and it was just this whole thing, and I really liked this book, and it kept me hooked for 9 hours. I finished it. Best book ever. Probably not my favorite I've ever read, though, because there's definitely better in here, but yeah. Then I have Wildfire. I read Icebreaker in 2023. It took me about a month because of school, and yeah. This book I read over the summer. It was really hard to get into at first, but then I kept reading it, and it became one of my favorite books ever. I actually love this book, and I think this one is my favorite. This one was more cute romance than Icebreaker was crazy, but this one is so amazing, and I really liked this book, and I do recommend it. I don't really know how to explain how this book goes, but basically they have a one-night stand at this party, and they have to work together at this camp, and she's doing everything she can to avoid him, but it's failing, and they eventually become closer together, and it's just such an amazing book. I recommend it. Then we have Good Girl, Bad Blood. I hated this book. Don't ask what happened to it. I don't really know, but I literally hated this book. I didn't like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder either. I just never liked this series, but this book was by far the worst book I read this year, and honestly, I think I would not recommend this book. I don't even know how to describe it. I couldn't read the whole thing. I kind of gave up on it, but it's about just someone goes missing and they try to find them, and it was just this whole thing, and I hated the book so much I couldn't finish it. And yeah, I would not recommend this book. If you are into that stuff, then that's different, but for me, I was not. I'm in romance, so... Okay, then we got Heartstopper 5. These are all Heartstopper, but this is a comic book series that I actually really enjoyed. I think I actually read these in 2023, but it's fine. This series was so good, and it was actually enjoyable, and I could actually kind of read it, and it is one of my favorite series to this day. I did watch the show, and I love the show so much. So Heartstopper 4, I have the same things for in all the Heartstopper books because, like, hold on. Like, all of them were just so good, and they kept me into the book, and I did really, really enjoy them. My last book is The Quarterback and the Ballerina. I hated this book. I don't know why. It was so hard to read. It was so hard to get into, and it wasn't even that good. And to be honest, the story made no sense at first. It was just so done. I was so done with reading it at a certain point. I kept reading it though. I did finish this book, but I don't even know how to describe this book. It was just so bad, and I don't really recommend it unless you're more of that fluffy romance kind of person, then maybe, but I am not. So this book just did not work for me, but it might work for you or someone else. Anyway, I am currently reading Swift and Saddled, and my goal is to finish this before New Year's. I'm only on page 153 out of 300 something, but it's good so far. It's just a little hard to get into, but it's not too bad. That is the books I read in 2024 so far, but I also would just say that these books are my opinions. I am not trying to judge you if you like a certain book that I don't. These books are just my opinions, and I don't really mean to say anything like bad. If it offends you, like, I'm sorry. But these books are my opinions, and these are books that if you are like me, I personally wouldn't read again, or books that, hey, if you like this stuff, you can read. This is supposed to be like just an overall review on books I've read this year, and that is all I have for you. I am getting more books or stuff maybe tomorrow because I have another Christmas, and I can do a haul on that, but I think I'm going to do it on TikTok instead of YouTube. I haven't really decided yet, but that is the books I've read in 2024, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this. And I hope you guys have a happy new year if I do not post a video by then. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.